Sir, how are you currently employed?
I am not.
Congratulations. Why are you not employed?
I retired from the Santa Fe County Sheriff's Office in July.
In July. How are you employed on October 21st of 2021?
I was a lieutenant with the Santa Fe County Sheriff's Office, day shift commander.
Give us an idea of your background and experience in terms of your law enforcement experience.
I did 20 years with the Santa Fe County Sheriff's Office, going through the ranks from deputy to lieutenant.
How many years?
20 years.
Did you have any law enforcement experience before going to the Santa Fe County Sheriff's Department?
I did not.
How did you become involved in the incident on October 21st, 2021 at Bonanza Creek Ranch?
I was a day shift commander. We had gotten dispatched to the Bonanza Creek Ranch.
What did you think you were being dispatched to?
Dispatch advised that there was a accidental shooting with a prop gun.
What did you do when you received that information?
Due to the nature of the call, I activated my lights and sirens and proceeded to the movie ranch.
Tell us what you saw when you arrived. What was going on? Describe the scene to us.
Coming upon the movie ranch, there is security. The movie ranch is quite large. One of the security guards at the time told us that to follow him in because it was quite large, the movie set. As soon as we got to the movie set itself, it was chaos. There was people everywhere. Deputy LaFleur was already on scene. I didn't know where he was, and I was being directed to the makeshift church.
Did you also have a body-worn camera?
Yes, I did.
And did you run your body-worn camera?
The time I activated my lights to head to the movie ranch, it was activated.
Is there a fair portion of your body-worn camera that is you driving your car?
Yes, there is. I was on the other side of the county of Santa Fe County when the call came in, so it took me, I believe, 16 minutes to get to the call.
After you arrived on scene, did you make contact with anyone?
With the security guard, and then myself and the corporal at the time, he made contact at the church.
And was Corporal Alderete there before you?
I believe me and him went in at the same time.
So prior to you and Corporal Alderete arriving, was it just Deputy LaFleur?
Yes, it was.
Was there a way to effectively separate the witnesses at that point in time?
There was not. With 3 deputies on scene, we were trying to, at the time, find out how the victims were in the church. And fire personnel was telling us for help to land the helicopter. So there was no way at the time. We were trying to corral everybody and keep everybody corralled as much as possible as witnesses.
Was one of the primary focuses helping the injured people?
That was our main focus. As soon as we found out that we had enough fire personnel working on the victims, our next thing is to find out where the gun's at.
And is that what you tried to do?
Yes.
Sir, have you had an opportunity to review the footage from your body-worn camera recently?
Yes.
I would like to move for the admission of State's Exhibit 2. We're going to start this video at 16 minutes and 5 seconds so that we don't spend 16 minutes watching him drive to the scene.
We're going to secure the film and all the crew members. Okay? Cool. I have like 200 people out here, so. Yes, I already called for them. I need you to know who's in charge. Everybody stops what they're doing right now. This is a crime scene. Okay, everybody stops what they're doing, and I need the film secured by whoever's in charge of it.
Mr. Benevidez, we heard you give some instruction to that lady. Do you remember who that lady was?
I do not remember who she was.
Did you get an impression of whether she was someone in charge or not in charge?
I did. She was talking to Corporal Alderete. I figured that she had to be somebody important, a director or something.
And why were you telling her to do all these things?
I think I was telling the corporal, whoever was in charge, and I think she rose her hand, and then I directed to her.
And what are you talking about in terms of securing the video? Why would that be important?
I saw video behind them, and they said they were filming.
As you sit here today, are you aware of whether or not there was actually a video recording of the shooting?
I don't know if there actually was. I never found out.
And you were not the primary detective on the case, is that right?
That is correct, I was not.
At this point in time, other than providing aid to the people who've been shot, what's the most important piece of evidence that you're concerned about?
In my head at that time, I was thinking about where the gun was.
Yes. Hey, I need pictures right away.
Why are you asking for pictures?
Trying to preserve the scene as much as possible. I know I'm wearing my body camera, but I'm trying to preserve everything I can.
On this particular scene, was that easy?
It was not.
Where's the props guy? Where's the props guy at? Yes. Yes, they're taking care of business. What else do you need there, Chief? It's just here. Everything you can hear. Clear with the gun. Where is it?
Why are you asking for the props guy?
I think it was more of a guess to find out where the gun was.
Okay. Did you hear that person screaming in the background?
Yes, I did.
Do you know who that person was?
Joel,
And why was Joel screaming?
because he was shot from what I saw.
And the gentleman who is standing right in front of you on the video screen there, do you recall your interaction with him?
I don't, other than the video. He just offered his services trying to find the props guy.
Okay. He's a guy there that tried to help you.
Yes.
Okay.
Where is it? It's not here. There's one there, that's none of them? Okay.
What happened there?
I believe he's a director, and he took me to a gray cart, and there was 2 guns on the cart. And he told me that those weren't the 2 guns used in the church at that time.
So not the gun you're looking for.
Exactly.
You're in charge, ma'am. I need to know where the gun's at right now. How do I know this is a gun?
That's the gun.
Okay. Where are they at?
Do you know what discussion you're having? What are you asking about?
I'm asking about the gun, if that was the right gun used. She told me yes. And then she's talking about the ammunition.
Was the ammunition readily available right there?
It was not.
I gave you? Are they? Who did you give them to?
Mr. Benevidez, why did you let that gentleman with the hat on go collect the rounds or the cart or whatever it was?
I had 3 deputies on scene. I was taking care of the gun at the time and the props person. I had 2 other deputies trying to control their part of the scene. I was keeping my eye as much as I can on the person going for the ammunition.
Did he bring something back to you?
He brought me the gray cart that we had gone and we were looking for the gun that was used. That was the gray cart that he brought back.
And you saw that cart previously because the other gentleman walked you up to it, right?
That is correct.
So when this gentleman brings you the cart, does it appear to have been...
Objection, leading.
Sorry.
Sustained.
Did it seem different when the gentleman brought it back to you?
Sustained.
How did the cart look when it was brought to you?
The cart looked the same to me. It was in disorder. There was still 2 guns on top of it.
But what did we just see you do there?
I cleared the gun and I secured it in the front of my unit.
And what does it mean to clear a gun?
I was making it safe for myself and for the crime scene tech or a detective that would look at it after I secured it.
Did it have any ammunition in it?
It did not.
What did you do with that gun?
I secured it in the front of my unit and I locked the door.
Oh my god, fuck. Are they okay?
Hey, Santa Fe, we need more units out here.
Is this the cart you spoke of?
That is the cart that I originally was taken to by the other gentleman. Same cart.
Okay,
We got rounds here.
okay, no, so this is the one I'm pretty sure. That's the one, and okay, sorry.
You're okay.
Sorry.
Just relax.
I'm so scared. I'm
Yeah, you're all right. Just relax.
so here's the box that I got them out of.
Okay, leave them right there. Leave them right there, okay? Relax. I just need you.
We saw you take something. What did you take?
There were 2 white boxes of rounds that the prop person, Hannah, said that these were the rounds used.
This person that you took those rounds from, the person that's right here in the center of the video screen, is that Ms. Gutierrez?
Yes, it is.
Do you see Ms. Gutierrez sitting in the courtroom today?
Yes, I do.
Can you just go ahead and point her out and tell us what she's wearing for the record?
She's wearing a gray jacket and a white top.
Also, just for the record, where is Bonanza Creek Ranch located?
Bonanza Creek Ranch is on the southern end of Santa Fe County. It's off the frontage road, I-25 frontage road
For the record, state of New Mexico.
in the state of New Mexico.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Just relax, okay? I just need you to relax. Just please relax, okay? Just take deep breaths and relax. Can somebody get water for her? No, the helicopter's here for her. Yeah, no, the helicopter's here for her.
Where the fuck are these entry wounds? Is she okay?
I don't know anything. I just, right now, I don't know. I'm just trying to secure everything.
Mr. Benevidez, do you know why the helicopter is still there?
The helicopter, in my experience, lands and they try to stabilize the victim before they fly him out. The victim has to be stable before they fly him out.
Can that sometimes take time?
From my experience, yes, it takes a little bit of time.
Need to know before I start getting information. She's the armor. Who are you? I'm the production designer. Okay, thank you. And you? Okay, thank you. I won't remember your names. I'm sorry.
You're fine. You're fine.
Can somebody get him water?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Do you remember where those boxes of ammunition are right now?
Yes, they're on the left side of the cart on a piece of paper.
Are you keeping an eye on them?
I am.
Did you see them when she handed them to you?
I saw them. I know what they physically look like, yes.
Thank you.
Okay, my name's Tim. Okay, so, yes, I mean, I'm not worried about the insurance, I'm worried about her life. So,
Absolutely,
Okay,
that's what
so-
I'm saying.
so,
No,
no,
no.
we are bringing a whole lot of units here because there's a whole lot of people here.
Yes, we're trying
Okay.
to clear them out,
No, nobody's getting cleared out, everybody is staying where they're at,
okay?
okay? We're trying, that's what's so difficult, we're trying to hold everybody where they're at. Okay, what I'm gonna have you do is sit in here, okay? You're not arrested, the door's gonna stay open. Since you're the armor, they're gonna wanna talk to you more than anybody, okay?
Mr. Benevidez, why did you ask Ms. Gutierrez to get into your truck?
Being the armor, I couldn't have her walk off and lose her. So I put her in my unit. As you heard, she was not under arrest. They just needed to talk to her.
Can you describe the inside of your unit?
It's caged from the middle of my unit. My windows are caged up also, and you cannot get into the front of my unit at all.
Not even if you're sitting in the back?
Not even if you're sitting in the back. You do not have access to the front of my vehicle.
Can I please have that water? Oh my god.
Just relax, okay? I'm just trying to, there's a whole lot of people here, so I'm trying to secure everybody.
Do you want me to stay with you?
You can stay right here with her.
Stay right here with you. I will not go anywhere.
You can leave the door open, you don't have to do anything, okay? Hey, to the med!
Do you remember what you're saying there?
I believe I was telling Corporal Derete to put the yellow tape to the med truck, or
And
I was
why?
asking for a med unit to come and check on Hannah.
Understood. And why would you ask for a medical unit to come check on Hannah?
She was pretty much hyperventilating. I didn't want her to pass out, and then we have a bigger problem.
Okay.
Santa Fe. If I could have a unit head to St. B's, we got one shot in the shoulder. That one's going to St. B's. The helo just landed, and they are trying to get that other 41 stable. So if I could have somebody go to St. B's and with this other subject.
What is St. V's for people who don't know that?
St. Vincent's Hospital here in Santa Fe.
And why are you sending a unit to St. V's?
For one, for logistics, to help the detectives find out how the victims are doing.
Let me also ask you this. Is there potential evidence to be collected?
Yes, there is. Clothing, stuff like that. Yes.
Anything else you can think of?
Maybe the projectile still in them. I don't know.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Radio the truck down.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't even step up.
Mr. Benevidez, tell us what that conversation was about.
So Deputy LaFleur and I were conversating on what we have. He was telling me who the shooter was and who he had over there. He had more witnesses. And what we were talking about, because there's 4 of us now, there was another deputy that just showed up on scene. We were trying to keep everybody separated so they wouldn't talk about the case.
And is there a specific person that you're talking about keeping separated?
Alec Baldwin.
Thank you.
Production card, if you get all the director, get a production card. Is it? Sorry, I didn't. Yeah, I'm just trying to. Let me know. Yeah. Okay. Right. Hey, so, Alec Baldwin, who pulled the trigger. I have the weapon, I have the ammo, and I have the armor. Pretty much, they don't touch it until the armor gives it to them. And the director was going over the shot, going over what was going to happen in the set, and she got shot in the chest. And then, that's what it sounds. I don't know. We do have pictures, but there, like I said, there's like 200 people here. There was 4 people in the room. There was 4 people in the room, and 2 of them were shot. Okay, 2 shots. One beat 141 in the chest. The other male shot in the shoulder. We do not, right now, we do not, everything is so fluid.
Mr. Benevidez, do you remember who you're talking to?
I believe I was talking to Lieutenant Michael Martinez. He was the lieutenant of the Criminal Investigation Division, the detectives. And I was briefing them over the phone what was happening.
Why would you do that?
Because this goes straight to him and his detectives. So I was trying to brief him of what equipment he might need, how many personnel he might need.
Did you say the situation is very fluid?
Yes.
What did you mean?
It is an active scene. There's still people walking around, still people trying to get into the church. There are just people everywhere.
But it is a type of file with Alec Baldwin. I think this is original. All right. Bye. Do you want to talk to me, sir?
Alec is he's gonna smoke a cigarette and he'll sit in his own car. That's his vehicle.
Alec Baldwin? Yes, sir. Okay, thank you. I'm good, thank you. I just drank a Red Bull right before and I'm all hyped up. Sorry.
We're standing by at the entrance of Vanessa Creek, the single road at the end of the criminal.
Okay.
I'm gonna stand by, so if you need to, yes, please.
You doing okay?
No!
Read 6-5, start rolling towards the east direction until we hear from him.
Lieutenant! Lieutenant! Oh, I thought you were the lieutenant. I need somebody to check
that 41, the armor, she's having a panic attack. I need somebody to check for her.
Okay.
Okay.
The armor?
Yeah, she's the armor. She's hyperventilating. She's having a.
You gotta get that guy. He was here. So can I come back in?
What's that?
I gotta go get that guy over there and bring him back here. So
Where is he?
He's right there next to the guy with the cowboy hat. He's wearing the black.
The one on the right. I'll go get him. Okay, yes, sir.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you for helping. You guys, security?
You need security, is that what you're saying?
Yes, just
All
that.
they have is one security guard.
That's it. Okay. All right.
The gentleman is G.
Hey, Doc, in my unit, it's the girl in the middle. You, sir? You were in the... Yes. Okay. I need you just to head that way for me, please. Thank you.
Where are you telling that guy to go?
Was told that he was in the church, so I was directing him towards either Corporal Alderete or Deputy LaFleur.
And for what purpose?
He was possibly a witness. The house enters.
We were told by the police.
Okay, hold on. All right, let me see who you guys are. I don't want too many people here. Okay, hold on. What's up?
I don't have any additional security guards. I got one. I got to keep the gate. Okay. I've got my two guys right here. You can post them wherever you want.
Okay, thank you. I'll figure that out. Let me go see what's going on with these guys, and I'll be right back.
These guys are standing by.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, okay. You okay? Yes, ma'am. Okay, where's that lady that was in charge?
She's right over there. Guys, I need you guys.
This is Reed, one of our camera operators.
Okay, come here, sir. How's it going? My name's Lieutenant Benevidez.
Can I go to the hospital?
Not yet. Okay. Not yet. So, Corporal, we got a camera operator who was in the room. Okay? Okay, it's just hard. We can't let all people in and out, so if you could, I'm going to try to get over here. Yeah.
6365 and you two are out with the...
Okay, I'm trying to find the director, whoever directed us on who was in the room. I'm trying to find her so she could help me out and make sure we have everybody. Okay?
I can do that.
Okay.
I'm the UPM. This is, if it's not her set, it's mine.
Okay.
So I can help you. Tell me how I can.
Okay, who is this?
This is our lawyer.
Okay. Lieutenant Benevidez, I didn't mean to be rude to you, ma'am. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to secure. I'm just trying to secure everybody. And who is that? Benevidez.
No, you're fine. That's
So
okay.
I have a whole lot of people coming this way, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of our co-producers.
Okay.
These two gentlemen right here are Lucas and Marcos. They're my locations peeps.
Yes.
A little farther down in the white is Shannon. She's the owner of the ranch. The
Okay.
gentleman who I was talking to earlier in the brown hat is Brian, the production designer.
Yes, I met him.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll be with you in a little bit, ma'am. Okay? Let me talk to my guys to secure this area. Corporal, I need somebody on that side to secure, so we're not going in and out. We're trying. Everybody pretty much that's in is staying in.
Who are these officers? What's happening here?
More deputies coming, like I was asking for. So this makes 6 deputies on scene right now. I'm just trying to direct them to try to secure as much of the scene as I can. The crime scene law, because it's still fluid. We still have that still on deck. Okay, I don't know. One patient's still here. Did we have somebody going to the hospital?
Yes, they say that.
Okay. If you can stand on that side and make sure people
coming in and out. Everybody that's in stays in.
Did I hear you say that one of the injured people was still there?
Yes, that's correct.
And do you know why?
They were trying to get the female stable so they could fly her out.
Still.
Still.
Here also, I have the corporal on that side. With Sanchez, he's still trying to get the information. It looks like we have all the people that were in the room.
I was in the room.
Okay, come here. If you could go see that gentleman. Sanchez! I need you to stay by my unit. I have the weapon in my truck,
Okay.
and all the ammunition on that tray.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's an actual guy?
It was Alec Baldwin. He's sitting over there. He shot, and then he shot. He got the gun from the armor who I have in my car. She's not under arrest. She just the armor. So she's there. So he could leave that. And this will be your entry point right here. Okay.
How does we over?
Yep.
What's an entry point?
It's a check-in point for whoever comes into the scene right from now on, as detectives, crime scene techs, medical personnel, whoever else is coming on board.
So is there a break in the crime scene tape right there?
I believe Deputy, I don't remember if Deputy Puentes put a break or he's just lifting up the tape. I don't remember which.
Where is the tape at this point in time?
It is, the yellow tape is connected to my vehicle, and it's pretty much connected to all the sheriff's personnel vehicles that are on scene.
And is it, what is it cordoning off?
It's cordoning off the makeshift church.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay, I still have those charges pending. I told them to.
No. It's in my unit. With all these. Okay. This is what she said. This is the one that's empty. This is the one that she said. It's a 45. I have the dummy rounds right here. It's a 45. Okay. Okay, and we will.
Let me back that up. Why are you giving this information to this gentleman? Tell us what's happening.
So the med unit is asking what kind of weapon was used. I'm letting them know what Hannah told me. Is it was a 45. She pointed to the 2 white ammo boxes, and I was reading out the ammo boxes, 45 dummy rounds.
What did those boxes look like?
2 ammo boxes. They were white and it had a label on the flap end.
Did you recognize them?
As it how?
Had you seen them previously?
Oh yes, they're the ones that Hannah told me that these were the rounds used for that day.
Did they look different?
They did not.
Did the prop cart look different?
It did not.
This is what she said. This is the one that's empty. This is the one that she said.
Caliber size?
It's a 45. I have the dummy rounds right here. It's a 45. Okay. Okay, and we will. Let's go this way. I have a lawyer here already. Okay.
Is one of those ladies the lawyer?
I believe the one on the left, the white shirted lady, is the lawyer.
And where are the witnesses who were in the church at the time of the shooting?
They are in the front of the church with Corporal Derete or with Deputy LaFleur.
How far away from those people is she?
The lawyer?
Yeah.
Shouting distance, I guess.
If she were to shout, would you have heard her?
Yes.
Birth for the med.
Date of birth and social.
For me or for her?
For her. Would anybody have that?
Yeah, give me 2 seconds.
Thank you.
The name was Halyna Hutchinson.
Halyna Hutchins, Hylbena. Here, I get it for you.
You got it, Doc? Yep. So I have,
Looks like Alec Baldwin is the one that pulled the trigger.
yeah, but I have the armor in my unit, I have the gun, Puentes, and there the tray has the dummy rounds. Okay, I have Frederick on that side. Puentes is taking care of here, he's gonna start taking care of the log.
I got this down until they get the patient still behind there, until they
Roger that.
catch feet on it, and then I'll put it up.
Okay. And then make sure everybody goes to Sanchez. All the personnel that were in there,
Yeah.
make sure he has everybody. Okay?
It's gonna get Sanchez up there, there's a lot of people here.
Yeah, I have more people coming.
Did we hear you say you have more people coming?
I was hoping I had more people coming, but I kept asking for more people.
Let me ask you, how big is the Santa Fe County Sheriff's Department?
When I left, we had 100 officers.
If you can estimate for us, on a day like October 21st, 2021, how many officers would have been available to respond to this call out?
3 deputies. All I had. That's all I had. We are stationed all over the county. So I was a rover. I believe the corporal was north of Santa Fe County. And then I had a deputy that was assigned to Santa Fe. But in this case, Deputy LaFleur was coming in for overtime, and he happened to hear the call and he helped out.
Thank you.
She okay? She okay? I know, that's why I called the meds for her. I want her checked to make sure she's not, you know.
I think they're testing her right now.
Okay. We just need. Well, she's okay. She's already dealing with all this. Okay. Yes, so she told me which guns were, where the bullets came from it.
What do you have in your hand right now?
I have the 2 ammo boxes in my hand from the cart that Hannah pointed out that were used.
We keep everything else the same. I'm gonna keep
These, like these here,
Uh-huh.
those are dummies.
Okay. Well, I'm pretty sure somebody will be asking about those.
What did that guy just do?
He reached over the yellow tape and he grabbed a bullet and he shook it to show that it was a dummy round, and then he put it back.
And where did he grab it from? One of the boxes?
No, he did not. There was like a little cubby on the tray. He just reached over, grabbed it, and put it back.
And you saw that?
Yes.
Yes, that's already secured. Somebody get it.
Tell us what you just did there.
With the 2 white ammo boxes that Hannah pointed out that were used that day, I secured them in the front of my unit on the driver's side seat.
And was the unit locked?
As soon as I closed the door, I hit my manual switch and I heard it and it clicked closed.
Did you see anything that would cause you to believe that anyone planted evidence?
I did not, no.
Did you see anything that would cause you to believe that anyone tampered with anything on that cart?
No.
Any reason to believe anyone got into your unit and did anything with the evidence you had in there?
No.
I got 2 extra people which help me out. Helping secure this area.
All right, we're going to take our afternoon break.
Mr. Benevidez, let's go ahead and just watch the last few minutes of this video for completeness.
So right now I do have the dummy rounds, the armor, and the gun secured. she was, and we did secure the film. We do have the film secured. They'll have to go over witness protection and all that, but that's gonna be later down the line, I guess, or whenever. But everything was getting filmed. Okay? The helo's still on the ground. Right now, I don't know. They're still working her. They're still working her. It was a chest. Did we get a crime scene lock for Fuentes? Did we get a crime scene lock for Fuentes? I can't find it.
Did you see the helicopter there?
Yes, I did.
Any idea why that helicopter is still there?
Like I said before, they're still trying to stabilize her so they could fly her up.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, you ladies doing okay?
Yeah, just waiting on your green light. I'm to be getting wherever it is that people are being interviewed.
Okay, that's not gonna be on us. The detectives are coming.
Okay, so it's not begun yet.
What's that?
The interviews have not yet begun.
No, I have nothing. We just secured the armor.
Okay.
We secured the gun
Okay.
and the ammunition.
Okay.
That's the only thing we've done.
That's the only thing that's happening right now.
Yes, and then we are getting all the information, all the people that were in the room.
Okay.
Okay? I'm gonna go check on the victim. And then
I thought you went to the hospital.
she's still here. They're trying to stabilize her. I will let you know how she's doing.
Thanks.
I know you guys are concerned, so I'm gonna let you guys know, okay?
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yes, ma'am. How you doing, sir? Hey, Doc, is there any way I can put the air conditioner on for you guys? Okay. She's stable. Okay, thank you.
What information did you get right there?
The female, Halyna Hutchins, was stable, but in critical condition. They're stabilizing her so they can fly her up.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, right through the chest. What's up, Chief? Sir, what's taking so long? They're trying to stabilize her. Then we have the medic in there from the med, and they're trying to stabilize her. It looks like I just asked. They said they're trying to stabilize her. She's critical. Yeah, you know that.
No, I know, just sometimes
Sorry about your blues. I know you're at the
ceremony? Yeah.
Thank you. Yes. Sanchez! Where is everybody? Where are they?
She's here. One of the guys looked in the back. This Russell guy,
Okay, I need everybody right here separated. I thought that's what the corporal told you. Get everybody here separated. Nobody leaves.
all right, one guy made it to the hospital. That was his best friend. I don't know what. See the one that was falling? Yeah. No, he was here. Who's your supervisor? You see? Get with her. I had his name. I had his number.
Nobody, get everybody here. Nobody else leaves. Sanchez. Yes, everybody. Yes. Yeah, that's why I was calling for more units because we have people everywhere.
Was that discussion regarding a witness who left?
Yes, it was.
Do you know if that was a person who was inside the church or just a person who was working on set?
I don't remember. Like I said, the scene was active and we're trying to keep people together, but this one person did get out.
Thank you.
Need it open? It's open? Yeah, and you can get a clipboard. Okay, so she's stable but critical. They're trying to stabilize her so she can get on that helo. Okay, so that she is alive, but critical condition, and they're trying to stabilize her so they could be comfortable when they get on that helo. Okay. Okay, but I will give you, if you see them taking up to the helo, that's a good sign. They stabilize her, and they're gonna fly her out. Yes. Okay. Anything else? I'm gonna find you guys. Okay?
Please do. We'll be here.
Okay, you'll see the detectives are all on unmarked cars. They're gonna come in a crime scene van. Okay, and they get here, I'll give you the lieutenant and, okay?
Thank you.
And I'll hand them over to you. Okay? Yes, ma'am. She doing okay? He was inside though. He was inside? Yes. What kind of car? If you get a car right here, where we can watch her, because as soon as the detectives get here, they're gonna. Okay, so if you get another car, I asked her, that's why I asked her either. I just wanted her in one place, I didn't want her to pass out and fall down. Okay, if you get another car, all right?
Do you remember what that conversation was about?
I believe that gentleman was asking if they could move Hannah from the back of my unit to a vehicle. She was not under arrest, I guess to make her more comfortable.
And what was your response to him?
I said, sure, as long as we could see the vehicle, I was gonna post a deputy with it.
Is that the end of your video? This video anyway?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Mr. Benevidez, I'm going to show you what has been marked as State's Exhibit 61. Can you see that?
Yes, I can.
Have you seen this photo before?
Yes.
What is this a photo of?
That is the driver's side of the inside of my unit, and it has two white boxes.
What are those boxes?
Those are the boxes that I secured from the gray cart into my driver's seat.
Did you take this picture?
I did not.
Who would have taken this photo?
Our crime scene tech.
So would you have left the boxes there in your car until the crime scene tech arrived to take a picture?
That is correct.
Anything change about these boxes?
No.
I just zoomed in. Can you tell us what you see there on the label?
Yes, it says 45 long Colt dummies.
Do you see something there in the middle?
It looks like it's initials.
And it's okay if you can't make them out, but you see what I'm
Yes, right under the N.
right there?
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. I'll pass the witness.
Afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Would you agree with me that the identification, preservation of evidence is important in a crime scene?
Yes, it is.
All right, and why is that important?
It's important because the scene is important also, and the preservation of evidence is needed.
How did you do those things in this case?
The best I can, the best I could. due to the evolving scene that was happening.
I'm going to go back to your lapel video here. You had testified, sir, that you had 3 deputies to work with?
In the beginning, Deputy LaFleur, myself, and Corporal.
All right. And additional deputies did arrive, right?
They did.
All right. Do you remember when they got there?
Seemed like a long time. I would say within 30 minutes.
All right. How long have you worked at the Sheriff's Department before you retired?
20 years.
All right. In the cases that your former agency investigates, do they keep dispatch logs?
Yes, they do.
What is a dispatch log?
This is something that comes over the radio and our dispatcher types it out that they feel that's important.
All right. And the time that an officer is dispatched to a scene is always noted in that log, right?
I believe so.
And their arrival time is also noted, right?
Yes.
Judge will offer the dispatch log as defendants, specifically the first 2 pages of it, as a exhibit, defendant's exhibit A. What are we looking at here, sir?
It looks like a crime dispatch log.
I've highlighted this entry here. It says Unit 32. It's got an employee ID. Description arrived at, that's 14:02. Would that be 2 p.m.?
That'd be 2 p.m., yes.
All right. Is that Deputy LaFleur?
I believe so. If he was Unit 32, I believe he was Unit 32.
I know it's been a while and you've retired, but do you remember what your unit was?
Unit 8.
Unit 8. All right. So you arrived at 2:20?
Yes.
All right. Now there are, on this dispatch log, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other units noted as arriving right around the same time as you. Are you sure you only had 3 deputies to work with at that time?
All we had was 3 deputies. I don't know where 6'3", 6'5". That was 14, 18. That was 18 minutes later. I couldn't tell you about the misprints, but I know when I got there. And you can see by my body-worn camera that I only had 3 deputies.
I don't want to take more of your time, being retired and all, and the jury's time. We watched your whole video. You did see additional deputies come onto your lapel, right?
Yes, I did.
All right. After those deputies arrived, why couldn't you have separated those witnesses with the extra manpower that you had?
So I was still processing the whole scene at the time, and I was trying to direct them where I think they needed.
Would you agree with me that it's important to separate witnesses?
Yes, it is.
Why is that important?
Because you get witnesses telling stories, what they saw, and they start getting mixed up when the witnesses start talking.
So it can affect the integrity of their observations.
That is correct.
I've got a couple exhibits I'd like to introduce. Judge, I'll move to admit photographs as defendants exhibits B, C, D, E, and F. As part of securing the scene, you use crime scene tape, right?
Yellow crime scene tape that's issued to us, yes.
All right, and that's this tape here?
Yes.
All right. Why do you guys use crime scene tape?
We use crime scene tape to secure a perimeter.
Why is that important?
The integrity of the scene.
All right, if the perimeter is not secure, why is that a problem?
People could go in and out. They could take evidence, bring evidence.
Who figured out where to put this crime scene tape?
I believe it was Corporal Alderete and Deputy LaFleur.
Did you give them instruction on how to do that?
I don't believe I did. I think we were just trying to secure as much as we could at the time, trying to have people go in and out of the scene.
How did you determine what the scene was?
Well, we knew the scene was inside the church where the Joel and Halyna were.
One of the things you want to do when you're establishing a crime scene, you put up the tape, the perimeter, you want to make sure that all the important evidence is within that perimeter, right?
Yes, we tried to, yes.
Do you see that black tent in the background?
Yes, I do.
All right. Do you remember walking up to that black tent on your lapel video?
If I do, I don't remember, but I do remember seeing a black tent up there.
Judge, I've discussed this with counsel. I'll admit 2 excerpts of the lieutenant's lapel as defendants exhibit G and H.
No objection.
All right. This is back to state's exhibit 1 here.
Where's the gun? Where is it?
Do you think that's the same black tent we were looking at a moment ago in that photograph I showed you?
Yes, I believe so, yes.
All right. And to the left of that tent, there's a white truck. Do you see that in the previous photo as well?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Did you guys look in that truck?
No,
Okay. Why not?
I don't think we had a reason to.
Would you agree with me that the white truck is outside of your crime scene tape perimeter?
Yes.
All right. And here is another photograph of Mr. Baldwin. Can you see on the left-hand side here? Is this the same white truck we were looking at before, or is this something else?
I'm not sure.
Do you have any doubt at all that the white truck was outside of the crime scene tape?
Yes.
You have doubt about it?
No, it was outside of the crime scene tape.
If evidence was in that truck, its integrity would be compromised, right?
I don't know if it would be.
Well, if access to it isn't cut off, the things that you described earlier in cross-examination
Yes.
could happen. People could be putting things in there, people could be taking things out of there, right?
It could happen, yes.
After you were dispatched, how long did it take you to get there?
I believe 16 minutes.
And this is in a fairly remote area, right?
Yes.
Would you or any other sheriff's deputy be able to attest as to what's going on here at this movie set before you actually arrived?
No.
All right. And that's because just you weren't there and you don't know.
That's correct.
Right. I'll direct your attention, sir, in this photo to these people standing over here. Is that where the witnesses had been corralled by Deputy LaFleur?
I don't know. I know I had instructed him to separate witnesses, but I don't know where he separated them.
Do you know who else was keeping an eye on these witnesses?
I believe when deputies arrived, I had told Deputy Sanchez and Deputy Frederick Trujillo.
We've been talking about the importance of evidence. How long have you been in law enforcement again?
20 years.
20 years. So you're very familiar with how to properly collect and preserve evidence?
Yes.
Please tell us how that should normally be done, collecting physical evidence.
Either have the evidence stay where it's at and make sure it's secured, or if on a scene like this, fluid, I grabbed the weapon and the rounds that were used and I secured them in my unit so they would be secured.
And you've testified cases other than this one, right?
Well,
Couple? Oh, 20 years, only a couple?
yes.
Are you familiar with the concept of chain of custody?
Yes, I am.
Can you explain that to the jury, please?
So when I secured the weapon and the rounds into my unit, I was the first chain of custody, which I was the securer of the evidence, and then it went to our evidence tech.
And you want to maintain that chain of custody and not have any breaks in it, right?
That is correct.
Can you explain to the jury what a break in chain of custody is?
So for instance, there was a penny left here and I took custody of it and I left it here and I walked out. Nobody was here securing the penny. And I came back, so penny was insecure.
And that can be a problem because pennies look like one another.
Yes.
And you don't know that it's the same penny.
Correct.
It could be, it could not, right?
Correct.
All right. In this case, you had a gentleman collect the prop cart for you. Should you have done that yourself?
Of course I should have done that myself, but I kept an eye on him while he was getting it, while everything else was going on.
You'd agree with me that the prop cart was by that black tent
Yes.
in this photograph, right?
Yes.
About how far away was that from where you're standing right here?
A good 50 yards.
All right. If someone were to pick something up off the cart or place something onto the cart from that distance, do you think you could actually see if something like that happened?
Yes, I think I could.
I notice you're wearing glasses. How's your vision?
Pretty good.
Pretty good. All right. And you would agree with me that you would actually need to be looking at the cart to make sure nothing like that's happening, right?
Correct.
And why would you need to do that?
Just to make sure that he brings the cart to me.
Because if you're not looking at the cart, it's like the penny.
Yes.
Something could be, you don't know it's the same thing.
Yes.
Because you just did not personally observe it.
Correct.
All right, so this is an excerpt from your lapel video, about 90 seconds. At the start of this video, you're talking with the gentleman here and my client about the gun. I'm just going to play this for you, and then I'm going to ask you some questions, okay?
Good.
I gave you?
They're on the cart.
Are they? Who would you give them to? I
gone 42 seconds. From the vantage point that you were looking at, could you have seen this cart?
Yes.
You see it on the video?
The video's on my chest. So the video's pointed straight, but my head's looking at the cart.
Okay.
Oh my god, fuck. Are they okay?
Hey, Santa Fe, we need more units out here.
I have been inside of
All right, so now your torso will be pointing, if the cart's over there, maybe in that direction, about 180 degrees from the cart.
Yes.
Did you have visual contact of the cart at this point in time?
Yes. I was looking at Hannah and I was looking at the cart at the same time because she was moving around. So I was looking at her and I was looking at the cart.
All right. It looks like you turned around there.
Yes.
Were you looking at the cart before you turned around?
Yes. I was looking back and forth, back and forth. My video's pointed straight because it's on my chest.
So this gentleman here, he essentially is the collector of this evidence, right?
Yes, he offers his services to go get the cart. Yes.
All right. So he's the first link in the chain.
Yes.
And then you become the second link.
Yes.
And Judge will publish a little mark as Exhibit H.
Yes, so she told you which guns were,
All right. That gentleman is now standing behind your crime scene tape.
Yes.
All right. Is that gentleman allowed within the crime scene tape?
No, not anymore.
What do you mean not anymore?
We secured the crime scene tape, so they're supposed to stay up.
Are they supposed to reach over it or breach it in any way?
They are not.
And why are they supposed to do that?
Because we're the collector of evidence and it could be tainted.
everything else the same. I'm gonna give these here.
All right, what's he doing there?
Yeah, he's reaching over the yellow tape and grabbing a round to give us an example of what a dummy round looks like.
All right, why did you not tell him, hey, don't do that?
I don't know.
Do you agree with me that that was an investigative mistake on your part?
Yes, that was a mistake by me, yes.
Who is the deputy standing to the right of that gentleman?
That is Deputy Puentes.
He's one of the deputies that arrived at the scene after you did?
Yes.
All right. Did you ask him to start a crime scene log?
I asked him, yes.
All right, what's a crime scene log?
A crime scene log is people coming into the crime scene and we document who's there.
Is that something that's important to do?
Yes.
Why is that important to do?
So we know who was in the scene.
All right, why is that important?
So we could go back and the detectives could interview them and see what their involvement was on the scene.
And anyone who goes in or out is supposed to be in the log, right?
Correct.
Is that guy in the log?
I don't know. I haven't seen the log.
When did you ask Deputy Fuentes to start a crime scene log?
I believe I asked him when he first showed up, if I remember correctly.
All right. Do you know what time he actually started then?
I do not know.
If you were to look at his report, could that refresh your recollection as to when he actually started the log?
It sure would.
Is that your former colleague's police report?
Yes.
All right. Having looked at it, has it refreshed your recollection as to when the log was started?
He advised on his report it was started at 2:38 p.m.
All right. That was maybe about a half hour after you arrived?
Yes, approximately, yes.
Okay. Should that log have been started earlier?
It should have, but the scene being so active and 3 deputies on scene, it was difficult to start that log.
I'll play this for you, Gavin.
I'm gonna keep everything else the same. I'm gonna keep these, like these here. Those are done. Okay. Well, I'm pretty sure somebody will.
Should Deputy Fuentes have said something to this guy about
Yes.
reaching over the tape?
Yes, as well as I.
And he didn't do that, right?
Correct.
All right. We saw later in your video this gentleman also standing next to Deputy Fuentes, and he was actually within the tape. Do you remember that?
I believe I do, yes.
Why was he allowed inside the crime scene tape?
That'd probably be a question for Deputy Puentes. Should I have asked? Yes, I should have asked him why he was within the yellow tape.
You were in charge of this scene until investigations took it over, right?
That is correct, yes.
All right. So this guy was here for some time, monitored by this deputy. As the Scene supervisor, are you concerned that if this gentleman reached over once over the tape and interacted with the cart, maybe he did it again?
In front of Deputy Puentes, I don't know.
Let's talk a bit about the gun. You said when you got the gun, you made it safe. What does that mean?
I looked in the cylinders to make sure there was no ammunition inside the cylinder.
All right. And the shooting had just occurred, right? So the ammunition that was within the gun would be...
It should have been still in there because it's a revolver.
Yes. And it would be highly relevant evidence in this case, right?
Correct.
All right. Now, on the video we listened to, you can hear my client Hannah talking to Mr. Dave Halls, the first assistant director, and they're talking about where that ammo is, right?
I don't know what ammo they're talking about.
What's your understanding as to where the ammunition inside of the .45 caliber gun you collected went?
I never asked that question. I do not know.
You have no idea where that ammunition is?
The one that was in the cylinder, no.
What about the other 5?
I do not know.
I know you said initially you only had 3 deputies, but I've seen a lot of that would look like vehicles on your lapel video. Why couldn't you have sent these witnesses to go just wait in their cars and told them not to talk to anyone?
Well, the scene being so big, we tried to keep everybody corralled in one place where we could keep an eye on everybody. To send people back to their vehicles, I don't know where their vehicles were. Because on a movie set, there's staging areas. And I don't know if that staging area was somewhere else. I do not know.
Lieutenant, I want to show you just a couple specific timestamps from your video. What are those over there? Can you see on the screen the 2 vehicles behind your vehicle?
Yes, I see 2 vehicles there.
All right. Could witnesses have been placed there?
One vehicle, I don't know.
Objection, calls for speculation.
Can you rephrase your question, please?
Is there some reason you do not have witnesses just staying in those cars?
Like I said, the scene was big. We were trying to corral everybody into one place where we could watch them and tell them not to talk.
Are you telling me you couldn't watch those people if they're in those vehicles?
I had Hannah back in my unit.
Are there several vehicles looking straight ahead here?
Yes, there is.
Is there a reason you didn't ask to house the witnesses in those vehicles?
That's farther away from what we wanted, and we won't be able to control the scene.
I don't have anything further. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Can you have a look at your monitor there, Mr. Benevidez?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's just be clear. Do you have any reason to believe that that gentleman in the hat tampered with any kind of evidence?
No, I do not.
Any reason to believe that he planted any evidence?
No, I do not.
When he reached over the crime scene tape and touched that dummy round on the cart, were you there?
I was looking straight at him. Yes.
Did he plant any evidence?
No. He picked it up, shook it, and he put it back down.
Would you have noticed?
Yes.
If he planted evidence, you would have noticed?
Yes, I would have noticed. Yes.
I'm going to go through this slowly with you. Can you see, even on your video, what he is reaching into?
Yes, it's a little cubby hole, and there's quite a few rounds in there.
When he shook it, did it rattle?
I do not remember.
These cars that Mr. Bullion asked you about, why you don't have witnesses in these cars. Do you own those cars?
I do not own those cars, no.
Do you know who owns those cars?
I do not.
As a police officer, are you allowed just to take a witness and put them in some vehicle that you don't know who owns the car?
No, I'm not.
Have you ever done that in your entire career?
No.
Sir, just to be clear, you indicated to Mr. Bullion that your video is facing one way, but that doesn't necessarily show us what you're looking at. Is that right?
That is correct.
Do you have a full range of motion in your neck?
Yes, I do.
You don't have any injuries that would prevent you from doing that?
No, ma'am.
Can you think of a reason that it took a while to get the crime log started?
Just how active the scene was, and I was trying to get deputies assigned, checking on everybody, checking on the victim. I do not know.
For the first half hour that you were on scene, did you have enough personnel so that someone could start doing paperwork?
No.
Is it crime scene log paperwork?
Yes, it is.
The gun that you put in your unit, who handed it to you?
Hannah.
How many rounds of ammunition were in the cylinder when she handed it to you?
None.
Thank you, sir. I don't have anything further.
Thank you, sir. You're excused.
Your Honor, just to be safe, I want to reserve Mr. Benevidez, so let's give him an instruction if he needs one.
Please don't talk among the other witnesses about the case. Okay?